The camera pans across a dimly lit apartment, broken photo frames, a single coffee mug, and rain tapping gently against the window. A man's voice trembles in the silence. I thought she was gone forever, until that night when I opened the door and saw her standing there, wearing my shirt and nothing else. He exhales shakily. You think love fades? Sometimes, it comes back when you're least ready for it. Cue the soft piano music as the story fades into chapter. Arav Malhotra wasn't the kind of man who showed his emotions easily. He was 32, a software engineer in Mumbai, and his life had become a rhythm of coffee, code, and silence. It hadn't always been like this, not before her. 2 years ago, his world was filled with laughter, dreams, and arguments that ended in hugs. Her name was Mira. She was everything Arav wasn't: spontaneous, emotional, alive. She could turn a rainy day into a dance floor and a broken lamp into a joke. They met in college when she accidentally spilled tea on his laptop. He was furious. She laughed. He scolded her. She offered him her old laptop as a joke. That laughter became their language, and soon, love followed. But life isn't a fairy tale. Myra's father passed away suddenly, and with that loss came her mother's illness, financial pressure, and Myra's decision to leave the city. She didn't tell Arav. She just vanished. One text, that's all he got. Don't look for me, Arav. I can't drag you into this mess. He did look for her, 4 months. No luck. Eventually, pain turned into silence, and silence into habit. 2 years later, Arav was still living in the same apartment they once shared. Every morning he passed her side of the bed, untouched. Every evening he cooked for 2 out of habit and threw half of it away. Then, one stormy night, everything changed. The doorbell rang around 1 a.m. He opened it half asleep, and there she was, drenched from the rain, trembling, eyes swollen from crying, wearing his old shirt. The one she used to steal when she couldn't sleep. For a moment, they just stared at each other. The silence between them was louder than thunder. Mira. Hi, she whispered, voice cracking. I didn't know where else to go. Arav's hands shook as he stepped aside. She walked in slowly, barefoot, dripping rainwater on the floor. The smell of her shampoo, the same vanilla scent, hit him like a memory. When she turned toward him, he noticed the bruises on her wrist. What happened? He asked. Please, don't ask. Not yet. She broke down. He didn't know what to say, so he just let her cry. For hours, she wept on his shoulder until the night gave way to dawn. For the first time in years, Arav didn't feel lonely. But he also knew whatever brought her back wasn't simple, and he was right. The morning light revealed more than just old memories. As Mira slept on the couch, Arav sat at the table, trying to make sense of everything. When she finally woke, wrapped in his blanket, she looked fragile, not the Mira he once knew. Where have you been? He asked softly. Running, she said. From a mistake I made. Her voice cracked again. Then came the truth. After her father's death, her mother's treatment became expensive. A man named Raghav, her father's old business partner, offered to help. But his help came with conditions. He wanted her. When she refused, he ruined her credit, her job, and her peace. I stayed with him for a while, because I had no choice, she confessed. But when he hit me last night, I ran. And I ended up here. Arav's chest tightened. Anger, heartbreak, helplessness all collided inside him. You should have come sooner, he said, voice trembling. I thought you'd moved on. You were never someone I could move on from. Tears welled in her eyes again. Arav. I didn't come to stay. I just needed to feel safe one last time. But fate had different plans. Raghav started calling, threatening, showing up near the building. Arav wanted to go to the police, but Mira begged him not to. She was scared. People like him don't lose, she said. That night, Arav made a choice. He stood outside Raghav's office the next morning, calm, silent, determined. The man who once avoided confrontation now stood for the woman he once lost. He didn't fight, didn't threaten. He recorded Raghav's threats, his messages, his voicemails, and went straight to the police. It wasn't easy, but justice, like love, sometimes takes courage. 2 weeks later, Raghav was arrested. Mira moved back into her mother's home. She tried to leave Arav's life again, but this time, Arav didn't let her go. You don't need to wear my shirt to belong here, he said gently, holding her hand. Just stay. As you are. Her lips curved into the first real smile in years. Are you sure? I've never been surer of anything. The story ends where it began, in that same apartment, same window, same rain. Only now, two coffee mugs sit side by side. Arif's voice closes the story. She was wearing my shirt that night and nothing else. But it wasn't the shirt that mattered. It was the courage it took for her to come back, and the love it took for me to forgive.